In the Sussex region of England, nestled in the heart of nature, once stood a grand and imposing structure, Hellingly Asylum. At first glance, the massive building, with its towering stone walls, tall spires, and expansive green grounds, resembled a castle. However, behind this grandeur lay a deep darkness and a horrifying past. When it first opened in 1903, Hellingly was considered a triumph of modern medicine, one of the largest mental hospitals of its time. Yet, over the years, the walls of this monumental structure began to accumulate horror, pain, and suffering. In its early years, the goal of the hospital was to increase knowledge of mental illnesses and provide compassionate care for its patients. However, during this time, there was little understanding of mental health, and the treatment methods were limited. Among the various treatments used were shock therapies and other harsh methods, which began to leave terrifying effects on the patients. These individuals, many of whom had no understanding of the procedures being performed on them, were abandoned to rot within the cold, dark rooms of this massive building. By the late 1920s, the atmosphere at Hellingly had grown even more sinister, affecting not only the patients but also the staff. Nurses and doctors, who worked the night shifts, began to tell strange tales of seeing patients watching them with fearful, unsettling eyes, as though something was lurking just beyond the corner of their sight. But the most disturbing occurrence was the strange noises that emanated from the walls. Many employees reported hearing faint screams echoing through the halls during the night. When they ventured into the corridors, the sounds would often stop, but the eerie silence would return shortly after. It wasn't just the walls that seemed to come alive at night, but the very building itself began to take on a sinister energy. Nurses, working late into the night, would feel a cold, unnatural breeze sweep through the hallways. When they entered the rooms of certain patients, they would often find them staring vacantly at the walls, their eyes filled with terror. These unsettling occurrences became so frequent that many believed the spirits of the patients who had passed away were still trapped in the building, unwilling to leave. One of the most chilling aspects of Hellingly was the stories of patients who disappeared without a trace. Several individuals, without any prior warning, would vanish from their rooms, leaving no clue as to where they had gone. Some claimed that these missing patients were never truly gone at all. Instead, they had been replaced by something not quite human. Those who had seen these patients claimed they returned with a different aura about them, their eyes hollow and their personalities altered. As time went on, the stories became more outlandish. The spirits of the lost patients were said to wander the halls, unable to rest. Visitors to the asylum reported seeing shadowy figures at the end of long corridors, while others claimed to hear disembodied voices calling out to them. Some even reported seeing strange apparitions appear in the corners of their vision, figures that vanished the moment they turned their gaze toward them. By the late 20th century, Hellingly's horrifying past had evolved into urban legend. In the 1990s, a group of paranormal investigators began to study the site, drawn by its terrifying history. Visitors to the abandoned building began to report inexplicable phenomena. Some claimed to feel cold drafts, while others reported seeing figures moving in the periphery of their vision. Cameras and equipment set up to capture paranormal activity recorded strange sounds and images that seemed to defy explanation. The most chilling reports came from those who stayed overnight in the asylum. They spoke of an oppressive presence that seemed to follow them wherever they went. Cold spots would appear in random parts of the building, and some claimed they heard faint whispers, though no one was around to speak. Occasionally, researchers would see fleeting figures darting down the hallways or disappearing into dark rooms. One of the most disturbing experiences involved a researcher who had captured footage of a shadowy figure appearing in a doorway, only to disappear the moment the investigator approached. Today, Hellingly Asylum remains closed and abandoned. However, its dark history continues to haunt the place. The spirits of the lost souls, the patients and staff who suffered within its walls, are said to still linger in the decrepit structure. Some believe that the building itself is alive with the suffering and torment that occurred within it. The aura of sadness and fear that envelops the asylum is palpable, and it continues to affect those who dare to visit. The asylum's legacy lives on through the stories of those who were trapped inside, and the eerie presence that still looms over the abandoned halls. Visitors who have dared to explore the ruins of Hellingly report strange occurrences, ranging from inexplicable cold drafts to the sensation of being watched by unseen eyes. For some, it is a place of terror. For others, It is a chilling reminder of the horrors that occurred within its walls. Hellingly Asylum stands as a dark and terrifying relic of the past, a place where the horrors of the past still echo through the halls. The ghostly presence of those who suffered within its walls is said to remain, and the building's ominous atmosphere continues to send chills down the spine of anyone who dares to visit. From ghostly figures to unexplained noises, Hellingly Asylum is a place that will forever be linked with fear and suffering. If you found this chilling story intriguing and want to hear more terrifying tales, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Make sure to turn on notifications and comment below if you'd like to see more horror stories. Stay tuned for more spine-chilling videos, and remember, the darkness is always closer than you think.